Got Jordal, Reno, Sidner, and Tyler Manning.
Talk right into those bikes too, please.
Tyler, on your goal, it looked like you're in the right place to get the turnover. Can you describe your feeling when you saw that line to the net?
Well, I rushed the puck up. I just wanted to get it deep, and I was fortunate to have a path to get it shot on net. And I actually whiffed, and then it went to the D, and he tried flicking it out, and I caught it, and I shot it. I was fortunate to get it back in the net, so that was good.
You got pretty good wood on it, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
I was in the slot. Just had to put it in the back of the net.
Did you guys feel like that was the backbreaker at that point? Were you confident that number would hold up?
Well, in between periods for the second and the third, we knew we had the momentum going on our hand, and there was about 5 minutes left in the game, and after my goal, we tied it up, or actually we got the lead, and Andy capped it off with the third goal, so we were fortunate to get a 2-goal lead there, and from there it was just strictly defense and getting the puck deep, so and that was fortunate to get the win there. So
you guys played a pretty physical game tonight. Was that by design after last night playing, knowing that you were going to try to wear it down on the board?
Well, we knew going into this game that Duluth would give us a hell of a game with physicality, and the past couple times we've played them, they kind of ran us out of the building, and we knew we had to take the body and win battles in the corner to get the win. So we focused mostly on that, and then we were fortunate to be successful at that. So,
Tyler, you probably remember the goal, but what about the back check on the breakaway? How much does that mean?
Well, I don't really remember it too much, but all I know is we had 2 defense changing, and Matt Nelson went out there. He usually plays right D, and they had a forward at the far blue line that really no one knew of, and I came right off the bench and just made a beeline to back check him, and I was fortunate to pickpocket him and go in the corner. So, I mean, Willie Benjamin kept us in the game, so we got to help him out as much as we can.
Probably a question for Andy and Miguel. As forwards, what did you guys do on your forward check to keep the bottle up for the most part?
Well, they have really strong defensemen, so we knew they were going to come out, take the body, and we were just focusing on getting pucks in deep and then just banging them just like they were banging us. So.
Yeah, my line, we have big forwards and we're all physical, so we just wanted to keep hitting them and making sure the D didn't get out of the zone.
And kind of knowing how strong defensively they are, how they move the puck and everything, was it important for you guys to kind of bang them around a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. They have 4 really good defensemen. They're really good defensively and stuff like that. So, yeah, we were just trying to wear them down and get pucks in net, stuff like that, as much as possible.
Both you guys, for 2 periods, you got the puck in and you kind of forecheck, like one forechecker on each D, and then make your D pass and get it out. But after 2 periods, I don't know, do you think you wore them down or what? Because suddenly they weren't getting out. The same thing going on.
Yeah, I think just going into the third, they were getting tired, and we just kept beating on them, and they just getting tired. So.
Well, we also knew that from the night before that they had a really tough game, and they had the 4 defensemen that they were just rolling 4 defense, and we knew that if we played that way, that's usually our best way to play is our forecheck. Our forwards are so fast and they're big, and if we knew we could just keep throwing it in there and throwing it in there, they were wearing down. And by the end of the game, their defense, we were catching them. They weren't as quick as the beginning of the game making those outlet passes because we were catching them as they're spinning. Our forwards are right on them, and eventually I think they just got tired. And I think that's where we started taking the game over after the first period. We came back between the first and second, and we just knew that we could see that they were starting to tire, and the forward just put it in another gear and just took over the game.
We're going to let the captain speak here. Just where do you guys think you think you're peaking right now in terms of where you're at your game and all that? Are you hitting stride?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we've been taking everything, and everything's hitting strides right about now at the beginning of the playoffs, and we've been moving our feet and pucks and doing what we need to do to win games.
Parker, one of the keys was when you jumped in the play and got that great shot off. Can you talk a little bit about that? Did you have a good look at it? And then Miguel, of course, was right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it just popped up right in the middle of the slot or whatever. I knew Miguel was down there, and he was pretty open, to be honest with you. And I thought about passing it to him, just backdoor, but then the forward kind of shut down the lane, so I just threw it at the net, and it ended up bouncing right to Fitty, so it worked out pretty well.
Did the puck look pretty big at that point?
I can't even tell you. I knew Parker saw me, but he made the right decision and went back from that.
A lot of it's so psychological, because you guys must have been getting tired too from, I mean, it was real physical both ways, but when you think you got them tiring, it kind of the adrenaline keeps you going, and you guys got better in that third period as they faded, don't they?
Well, I think the players knew going into the third that, you know, you can't leave anything in the locker room. You know, they're tired, we were tired. They knew that they were going to win. It was something that the guys said in the locker room, that we were going to win. That we could tell by the way they changed their style of play. They just kept throwing it out in the neutral ice. And, you know, they were kind of saying, I don't know, that's the way we're going to play, and we're just going to keep coming at them. And the players decided that that's the way we're going to play. We just keep forcing them. They throw it out in the middle. We regroup and just keep going back at them, keep going back at them. And they were very disciplined. It was just a total effort from everybody. It was just the thing is, the players, when we were down 1-0, we never thought that we were going to lose. We just knew that it was just eventually somebody was going to step up and make the play for us to win. First, we were just thinking, let's just tie the thing. And then I knew once we tied the game, it was over, because they just got to the defensive style. It's hard to switch from defense to offense all of a sudden, and we just played our same style. We were a little slow start, but we just kept building and getting stronger as the game went on. And it just, the players did exactly what Kurt wanted us to do. We just keep pounding them, and eventually they make a cough up a play. Parker's innocent shot on net, and then we got Miguel there pounding it in, and that's what it takes in the playoffs. You have to. Not every goal is pretty. Not like Tyler's.
I asked them this, but this seems like almost a throwback to the old traditional Willard Eichler style dance teams before these guys were born, where everybody comes out and everybody goes quick, everybody's fast, and you come at every shift.
Yes,
everybody took a shift off the whole game.
Yeah, I remember playing against some of those teams,
right.
And they were just so deep. They had one line right after another. The fourth line was just as good as their second and third and the first lines. And I think that's our strength. We just have the depth on forwards. We can just keep going. And, you know, we played teams that they said, do you have anybody that's slow on your team? And I think what we try to do as a coaching staff is to, you know, beginning of the year, you don't know what you have. You got to kind of every year you start over with a different style of team. And we saw we had speed. And I think that's what we tried to set our system to as a team we had. And we just thought, hey, let's get the red line, let's get it in. When the team starts cheating low, then all of a sudden we start carrying it in. And I just think it's a tribute to our players that bought into the system, because the main thing is we try to, team is the main thing. You know, Kurt and I and all the other coaches, we don't care about the personal stats for these players. It's just how the team does. And I think that's what the players have bought in right now in the playoffs. They don't care who scores, just as long as somebody does and the team is successful.
Would you say you're at a peak right now? Is this the best you played in a stretch?
We still had 5 minutes of the first period that we didn't play our best. But I think tomorrow is we're going to do what it takes to win. Everybody, you know, this is what we battled from the beginning of the year. First day of training camp, we said this was the first day for the state tournament. This is preparing from day one to get to this point, and I don't expect the players to, there's nothing we have to say right now. It's theirs. If they want it, I'm sure the other team is saying the same thing. I just feel that if they come and play the way they should, I think things will work out.